Welcome to the 2020 Callahan Conversation Series. I'm Evan Lepler and delighted to now be joined by Elijah Long from the University of North Carolina, one of two UNC Callahan finalists this year. Elijah from UNC Darkside Men's Ultimate. Elijah, how are you?
I'm doing well, Evan. Thanks, all things considering.
What is life like for you these days over the past couple of months?
A lot of time at home, time with the new puppy, online classes, and yeah, working out when I can.
So I understand the new puppy is named Anna. What's the story? Tell us about your 5 months with Anna.
Well, we've been thinking about getting a puppy for a while, so this happened to be really good timing. Sort of named her after the Frozen character Anna, but
Excellent.
Anna Thompson also loves the name, so that's good.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations on being a Callahan finalist. How would you characterize, what this season was like for you? Obviously, you didn't lose a game in the 3 tournaments you played in, and I imagine you would love to be getting ready for nationals right now. So, what was the season like, and how have you handled the fact that you haven't been able to play these past couple months?
Yeah, the season was definitely short, but it was fun while it lasted. Didn't know it was going to end that soon, so we were still in the midst of figuring out lines and figuring out roles and stuff, which was really sort of weird to jump out of it so quickly. It was an interesting final season, losing a lot of really good players last year. We were restructuring a lot, but everyone was doing a really great job stepping into new roles. So it was I'm sad we didn't get to see how that panned out against all the other good teams in the division.
It feels like UNC loses good players every year, but you also have recruited great players every year. How has North Carolina built up this pipeline over the course of the past, really the decade, to be the powerhouse program it's become?
I think a lot of the Darksiders go back and give back to the community and coach a bunch, which I enjoy. Or I coached the Phillips Middle School and some of Chapel Hill High School, and that's really fun to meet the new kids in the area, but also help me learn by having to explain different concepts. But a side effect of that is all these kids really enjoy Darkside and look up to the players and want to play for Triforce, and then end up wanting to come to Carolina.
Unless I'm mistaken, you arrived at UNC Chapel Hill in 2016, which is the year right after Darkside won its first national title. Mm-hmm. What was it like trying out for the defending national champs and becoming, part of that tradition as a true freshman?
I was really nervous. I didn't know what my college experience would be like. It would be just completely different if I had a team versus if I didn't make the team. They lost a lot of people that year as well, so there were a lot of spots, but there were 100 people trying out for the team. But I was one of the few Triforce players trying out, so I had that little thing on my shoulder, so that was good.
I imagine a lot of people out there watching know your kind of ultimate origin story, but for those that don't, what was your kind of athletic background before Ultimate? How did you get started in this sport, and how did you progress to the player that you are right now?
Sure. I did cross country and enjoyed various other sports in middle school. But when I didn't make the basketball team in middle school, I tried out for the Frisbee team and really loved it and played through high school. So yeah, that was my introduction, was a young middle school player.
Wow. In the North Carolina Triangle, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for Smith Middle School.
It's an amazing pipeline that they have built up. So I got to ask about being the Callahan nominee. Just being the nominee for your team, I imagine, has to be special. What does it feel like to be Carolina's nominee and to be a top 5 finalist in this strange season?
Yeah, it feels really special. I wasn't expecting to be the nominee at all. There were just so many players on Darkside that you could give it to, that I was just happy to like that any one of us would like represent the team, but I'm like very grateful that I had the chance to represent the team with that role. Feels cool to like have sort of celebrate the team's success over the past 4 or 5 years through like one person's sort of growth and development. So yeah, it's really feel very honored to be the nominee.
And what about when you found out you were a top 5 finalist? What was your reaction?
I was very surprised and like, I don't know, very happy, but I think maybe more happy that Anne was also a finalist. It means a lot to me that her growth has been recognized because she's such a phenomenal player. And then also that I was able to be the other player to have UNC in both of the top 5 categories.
Well, North Carolina has become a powerhouse in both men's and women's ultimate over the past several years with Darkside and Pleiades. And now there's this opportunity to potentially play in 2021. Any comment about your future plans at the moment?
I think it'd be really cool to play, but especially after like having been like fortunate enough to play for 5 years, I think I'm definitely not going to put Frisbee over life moving forward. But so there are a lot of moving parts, definitely, but we'll see.
Last thing I want to ask you, obviously, all 5 finalists are great players, seem like great guys. What kind of relationships do you have, if any, with the other 4 male Callahan finalists?
Sure. I don't know Jock and Saul very well, but they've been like opponents through the years, so that's been fun to match up with them. I was fortunate enough to play with Tanner on the U24 team and become friends with Mike, who is in the same delegation. So they've been they're really cool and fun to hang out with. It was fun to play with Tanner, and it was fun to play Hanabi with Mike.
Yeah, it's a strong field this year, and unfortunately, we're not getting ready to watch y'all compete at nationals right now. That's certainly a bummer, but obviously greater things on all of our minds. Elijah, this has been awesome. I wish you the best of luck. The Callahan will be unveiled, I believe, this coming Thursday. Best of luck to you with everything that's going on, and thanks so much for joining me.
Cool. Thank you, Evan. I appreciate it.